Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in a building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Shahs of Sunset, Season 8, Episode 8. Yes, it's going down. MJ was definitely wrong for not telling her friend of 30 years that Destiney, and I don't know if she knew if Destiney was going to come through, but Allie was going to come through and with some allegations and give him the heads up because it was going to be exposed on national TV. If that was her friend, she should have told him because that was deep, and she knows that he doesn't want his marriage to be looked at negatively at all. But she kept her mouth closed, and whatever rumors were started, she kept her mouth closed. She didn't tell nobody about it, and she just kept going on doing her thing, worrying about her pregnancy and giving birth. And so Allie and Destiney got together and they rehearsed what they was going to say to RZA. I was like, what's going on with that situation? I was like, damn, Allie, if you really felt like you was being sexually harassed and things were inappropriate, and you really wanted to help RZA and let him know what Adam is doing out here in these streets, that Adam is out here loose, baby, out here loose like a goose, trying to get a nut, baby. So with that situation, Allie, why did you have to rehearse? Why did you have to rehearse with Destiney over and over? Like, if you were seriously felt some type of way, you felt like you was being harassed by Adam with the text messages and everything else like that, and you felt uncomfortable and you felt like you was being harassed and bullied at the same time, how come you just didn't just tell, RZA straight up and down what was going on? Or better yet, you should have said, MJ, could you come with me so I can talk to RZA? But MJ wasn't, because she knows that RZA would be upset if she had anything to do with the situation. She didn't have anything to do with the situation, but she knew about the situation, and she did not warn her friend. And so therefore RZA went after her and basically upset with her too as well, because Destiney kept saying that Allie told me that MJ knew. Allie did not say MJ knew that he that she put him up to confronting RZA. He wanted to. Allie wanted to confront RZA. And basically, he wanted to let him know about Adam and the things that he would, what Adam was out here in these streets doing. And so MJ basically heard it. She looked at the text messages and she kept it moving. And so since Allie and Destiney were best friends, and they was best friends for a long time, the next best thing is to call Destiney and, basically rehearse. And that's what they did. And Destiney is saying that Allie told her that MJ knew about it, and MJ basically was putting them up to it. If that was the case, you should have told Allie, hey, listen, this is your situation. This is something that you need to do on your own. I really don't want any parts in the situation, but I wish you the best of luck with the situation, and removed herself out of the situation. But she didn't. She went to RZA and said, MJ told me this, MJ said this, MJ said that, because that's what Allie told her. But she didn't confirm with MJ whether MJ knew what Allie, where she didn't confirm whether MJ actually orchestrated the whole situation. She didn't have a sit down. She didn't have a conversation with her at all. She just went and told RZA right away. She went and told Mike, and then that's how she got herself up in the mix. And then on top of that, Destiney tried to act like she didn't know anything that was going on, like she had no clue, no nothing. And she was saying, oh my God, MJ used me. But come to find out, you rehearsed this like you was practicing, like it was a play, like you was doing your job, like you was ready for the shits. And then on top of that, MJ confronted both of them and basically was like, I don't need a weasel to do my job. You think I need to send him to come for RZA for me? I could do it myself. So I was just like, damn, the shit done hit the fan. But one thing Allie did not say at the table at MJ's mother Vita's retirement party, he did not say if MJ orchestrated or not. So you guys tell me what you think about that situation. But let me tell you one thing. If it wasn't for Mike, MJ would have been ostracized. She would have really been in isolation. Nobody would have came around her because already Gigi don't mess with her. And, Adam is not messing with MJ. And also RZA is not messing with MJ. And then he called a meeting to basically let everybody know that messing with him, they better not mess with her. And if it wasn't for Mike to stand up and was like, nah, we ain't gonna do this. We ain't playing this game. And that's when, Nima got on board. Destiney was still, toting the fence. She don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And then when Shiva, whatever his name is, when Shervin got in the mix too, when Shervin heard what was going on, basically he didn't pick no sides, and he was kind of like calling out, RZA too as well, basically saying, why are you mad at her? She apologized, and what made the situation better for MJ too as well, because at first she was hostile when she met up with Nima, and when she met up with Mike, basically she was hostile. She was like, I didn't tell my husband to do this, basically, feeling a certain type of way, like I don't feel sorry for the situation. But she realized, okay, that's not the way to go, because RZA is going to campaign and get his friends, and which are her friends too as well, and say, look how awful she is, look how terrible she is. And basically, so MJ changed it up and she told the truth, and basically said she knew about, Ali going to confront RZA, and also she's seen the text messages too as well, but she didn't know about all the other rumors when we talk about strict poker, and then actually, Adam at the gym, skinny dipping, being naked, doing the most, like what's really going on with that situation. So I was just like, oh, baby. So getting on to the situation, we have Reza, basically he comes through and he crashes the event, because he said he wasn't going to go because he was going to Hawaii to do his thing with Adam. And basically Reza is always saying that he is going to spend time with Adam, put Adam number one, make him daddy, and do all this other stuff. When I used to watch this show back in the day, he used to say the same shit, and he still hasn't changed. So he's just too busy doing everything else but being with Adam. So Adam is out here getting his nut, baby. That's what Adam is doing. And I think Adam feels like he's settled, you know what I mean? He didn't know that, it was going to be like this. And I feel like RZA settled too as well, because, I never really felt like they was deeply in love, but, they did like each other. They were comfortable. I used to always say roll over coochie, she's roll over coochie, he's roll over penis. Well, it's roll over, penis between, Adam and RZA, like having someone at home, having the comfortability of having someone at your home and having a relationship with them and living together too as well. And if you can't get nothing out in the street, you can always go home and get some. And that's what seems like it's going on. So RZA is out there in Arizona. I believe he came to Arizona because he wanted to make sure he keeps the girls in check. He keeps them in line. And basically he can, keep it going, because he already told them that you got to choose one, baby. You got to choose one. And basically he's saying that if anybody messes with MJ, he is not going to be their friend. He doesn't want anybody to have a relationship with her. So, he done flew himself down there to Arizona to make sure everything was kosher, to make sure the plan is still going on, in my opinion. But he got there and he was like, okay, everything's good. And then the shit done hit the fan when they got onto the bus after the party. And RZA wants to bring up that MJ's mother, Vita, done sent him a text basically saying that he is a backstabber. And he was like, this is god awful. And he was like, MJ's husband came to my house. He was like wanting more and more sympathy. And Mike was like, I'm not here for that shit. Like, come on. You're taking it that way. It wasn't that way. And MJ did not send her husband to your house. I don't know if she sent her husband to the house or not, but I wouldn't see her being opposed to him going to the house, doing whatever, because she was pissed. That man done said that she had 10 abortions and that's why her vagina done fell out. Like, that was real disrespectful, even though she was disrespectful too as well. And then on national TV in front of everybody, that shit must have hit her hard and deep. And then when she came home and she told her husband, he was probably upset, and she was like, yeah, that's the man that loved me, because any man that says that about anybody's wife, you're going to have to look at the husband coming for you. The husband ain't going to sit and be still. You know what I mean? So he should have expected that. And basically Mike is like, nah, I don't want to hear that shit. Nah, I didn't even like that. You had taken it that way. It wasn't that hard of a message. It wasn't so disparaging. It wasn't that hurtful. Like, you were receiving it that way. And MJ did not send, I think his name is Tommy to your house, or whatever his name is. And so basically, RZA keeps throwing up, well, she sent her husband to my house, you know, and I got these text messages from her mother. And so basically Reza is crying wolf, and he's saying the most. He's trying to get them to have sympathy for him, and basically saying, look what's happening to me, look what's going on, look what she did to me. And they was like, yo, it ain't that really serious, dude. They're basically telling Reza to hold his own nutsack. It's not that serious. You a man, you can beat Tommy come up to you, get a stick, take off your shoe, do what you need to do, but come on. And then, you know, you're talking about MJ's mother, like that really wasn't, like, it wasn't threatening, it wasn't hurtful. Basically she called you a backstabber. And you know, he's trying to get the sympathy, but they're not feeling it. Nima's quiet with this situation because Nima still, you know, is on the Reza a little bit, but Mike done came in, and Mike is basically, he's outshining MJ, he's outshining Reza this season, and basically he's the one that's calling the shot. And I would never think that Mike would be calling the shots, and people are listening to Mike and want Mike's opinion, want Mike around, and Mike is holding everything in his hand. I don't know how long he gonna keep it, but because you know he can self-sabotage sometimes. So basically Mike was like, yo, listen, MJ, she called us last night. She owned up to it. And she said, yes, she knew that Ali wanted to talk to RZA and everything else, but she didn't know about the other stuff, the strip poker and bathhouses and, you know, getting it on in the gym, skinny dipping and all that other shit. She didn't know. She knew about the text messages, and she left it as that. And basically Mike is calling her out that she's wrong for that shit. And she is, because she should have told him regardless of what they was going through. And so Chevy, I don't know his name, Shiv, I'm just gonna call him Shiv. So he was like, basically, you know, he is sticking up from MJ too as well. I was like, oh shit, the tables have turned. And Riz feeling a certain type of way. He's ready to cry. He's upset. And he's basically saying, oh, you guys are defending her. You're taking her side, because he just had a meeting at Mike's house and he told them not to mess with her. And now they're not following his lead. Also, it looks like Nima is saying something too. So Nima standing up. I was like, oh shit, Reza is losing his power. RZA is losing his power because he had all of them under control. Mike, you know, Reza was carrying Mike nutsack for a long time. So, you know, it is what it is. I was like, OMG. And so Reza, he is upset basically, and he can't believe that they're actually even trying to think about that MJ is any type of right. And Mike is like, you want to throw away a 30-year friendship? And Reza was like, no, she threw a 30-way friendship away. That's what she did when she did all that other stuff too as well. And then you have, you know, Adam, he tries to jump in the conversation and says, well, Gigi did this. I heard Gigi say this. And then basically Mike shuts Adam down and tell Adam, like, be quiet. You're the one that's basically starting this whole situation. And Mike is saying, you need to focus the blame over there on Adam, because if Adam wasn't doing the shit that he was doing out here in these streets with the people that you know, this shit wouldn't hit the fan. So he's the one that started this. And yes, he did. Adam is out here text messaging, sending nasty texts like, damn, he ain't satisfied with you, RZA. He wants something else. He want a different meal every night. That's what it's talking about. Then he's at the gym. Then y'all are playing strip poker. There's a whole lot. Adam is trying to get wet out here in these streets. And it seems like he is not satisfied at home, point blank, period. And RZA is not satisfied either, because he's always talking about he needs to put Adam first, because Adam is the last on his list. And basically Mike said, don't try that shit with me. Don't try to make it like you're the victim and you're not looking at Adam. Adam is the one that started all this. If Adam was doing what he's supposed to do as a husband and being in a monogamous relationship, at least having the decency to go outside of y'all circle to, you know, mess around with people, you wouldn't have this situation. So basically Mike is like, yo, why is Adam getting a pass? So he's pissed off. And so Reza is basically, he's leaving a bus. He's pissed off. He was like, these mother suckers, they don't feel sympathy for me. They don't feel sorry for me. I'm telling them what MJ's doing to me. MJ done sent her husband to my house. Her mother done text me. They're not hearing it. I was like, Reza, didn't you get on Twitter and drop her medical history, baby? You did the most. And if RZA would have never said anything about the 10 abortions and, you know, drop her medical history and talk about all that other stuff, I believe everybody would be on his side even more. But now he really hit below the belt to them, and they couldn't believe that he said that too as well. And then he posted on Instagram, and then on top of that, they feel like Destiney is shady too as well. They think that Destiney is shady, and he's believing Destiney over, his 30-year friend. And Nima's not buying Destiney. Shervin is not buying. I think his name is Shervin is not buying Destiney, and Mike is not buying Destiney at all. And they were like, "Yo, why you?" They feel like basically that Reza wants to focus on MJ being a part of the situation instead of focusing on Adam and what he did, and actually, Reza focusing on hearsay and not actually going to the source, which caused the confusion too as well. And even though they feel like MJ, she should have told him and everything else like that, but she was going through her pregnancy and all that other stuff like that, but they believe that she should have said something and she was wrong. But there's a whole lot of people. So when this scene took place, Ali rehearsed this. He was ready to do what his scene or whatever, and then Destiny's trying to act like she's innocent, like she don't know what's going on, but she has a part into this. And basically, Reza wished that he didn't act the way that he acted, because he kind of like pushed his friends away too as well, because they was writing for him a little bit, especially Sarah and Destiney. They was writing to the will fall off. Nima, he had one will in. Shervin, his feet was not in at all. He was stopped and he was pacing and looking, and Mike definitely didn't have his feet all the way in. And Mike always said that he didn't want to choose, and he know what Reza's going to do, and that's not going to happen. So Reza feels like he should have just bounced. He got too angry, he got too upset, and basically his friends are not buying the bullshit, so he can't con them into going after MJ, being mad at MJ, totally, and blaming her because his husband has some involvement too. So Reza's basically in his confessional talking. Reza is in his confessional talking about, hey, listen, let me tell you this. My friends need to mind their business. They don't know what's going on in this situation. I was like, Rez, you got a problem because you told them not to mess with MJ. You talked about the situation. You didn't want them to deal with her, point blank, period. And then you had the conversation with Mike. You had the conversation with Destiney. You had the conversation with Sarah. And basically it was like, MJ's this. MJ tried to set me up. Blase in the third. She's in a hospital doing this for me. Doing all that to come at me. So you brought them in the situation too as well, because you didn't handle it privately with MJ. So now that his friends are not on board with him, he's like, they need to mind their business. I was like, Rez is too much. So Mike keeps it 100. He is telling MJ what to do. MJ, this is what you need to do. You need to get Allie, you need to get Destiney, and you need to get together and get on one page, get the truth out, and then we bring Reza into the situation to make this better, because you're not absolutely right in the situation. You should have definitely told Reza what was going on. You should have said something. You knew about the text messages. You knew Allie wanted to talk to him. Well, your fault is that you did not tell Reza. And then there was other rumors spread that you had nothing to do with it. And so MJ was like, yeah. And then she also said that, her baby's missing, their uncle. And that's Reza too as well. So she's very calm, cool, and collected. It just seems like MJ's kind of different. Like something else going on with her. Like she has a far out look. She has that look that, Catherine Dennis has, when she used to have in her confessionals, right after the babies, she has that same look in her face. So we have that situation. So basically MJ is getting on board and she's letting Mike handle the situation, or Mike gave her the idea to do that. So then in turn, when MJ is having her mother's, retirement party, she invites the two parties that need to be there, where Mike, Nima, and Shervin wants to talk to them too as well, to get it all out in the open. And if it wasn't for Mike, I'm trying to tell you, MJ would be casted off. Reza would be throwing parties, chilling, everybody be at his house, at his events, and it would be like shunning MJ. She's lucky that Mike actually stood up, and then he let everybody know, you need to think on your own. Think on your own. We're not going to be forced to choose. And I was so happy that happened. And Shervin's always had his own mind. like, yeah, MJ has that far out look, like something's happening, like something's not right with her or whatever. So she agrees, and she's gonna get down to the nitty gritty. And basically we have Nema's not happy with, Destiney. He was like, he does not think Destiney is a victim. He thinks that Destiney is lying. Destiney caused some shit too as well, and he is not, he's not here for the shits at all when it comes to Destiney. They don't even really care about Allie, because they know Allie done said his part, said his thing, but Nema really feels a certain type of way. And he thinks Destiny's a liar, so does Mike, and they want the truth to come out. And they basically believe Destiny's drinking and doing all the shit that she's doing because she feels guilty, because she planned this with Allie and rehearsed this shit with him. But yet when she got into Reza's face, shit like this was the first time it ever happened. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Allie told me MJ said it, MJ. And she didn't get no confirmation. She didn't talk to MJ. She just ran to RZA because basically she was going to use the Allie situation, the MJ situation, to get close to RZA. Like, RZA, I got your back, but knowing that she was plotting against RZA with Allie too as well. Not kind of like plotting because, Allie has a complaint about, RZA's husband, and basically was going to try to give him the lowdown. And Rez is going to think that people is coming for him, that Allie is coming for him, and MJ sent him or whatever. But Allie, it makes it look like him complaining about being harassed is not really that serious, because you planning and plotting and working shit out with, this one. And so it is what it is with that situation. MJ just looks off, for real. So Mike is happy that MJ followed directions. We have Destiney crying up a storm, basically saying that she's innocent and she was used and she was a victim, and she was never used and she was never a victim. She was down with the shits because it was going to get her camera time, and she was going to get close to Rez and plus, his friendship with MJ was, in the toilet. So now, she can pick up that friendship with him too as well. And it's not looking good for her, baby. We're going to see how Rez feels. But I don't think Reza wants any more enemies. So I don't know if he's going to be upset with Destiney. So, the two guys, they confront, Nema and Shervin. They confront, Allie, and Allie was like, yes, Destiney knew. She knew everything. She knew what I was going to say. She knew everything. She just didn't know the moment and the time that it took place. And then, Allie was like, we rehearsed this shit, but Allie never said if MJ actually orchestrated or actually put him up to it. But when he did other interviews, he said that MJ had a part in it, that she knew what was going to happen, but she didn't put me up to it to say it was harassment. So, I believe MJ probably said, well, you should talk to him about it. And she knew it was coming, and she didn't want Reza, in my opinion. So, and then Destiney basically, she used the scapegoat as MJ as, why she participated in the situation when she participated, because she wanted to, and Allie was her friend, and it was a storyline. And so Sarah is basically talking to Allie, and he was like, I'm Destiny's friend. She was like, yeah, Destiny's always talking about me. That I was like, Sarah wants that smoke with Destiny. She was like, bitch, you done slept with my brother. I'm feeling a certain type of way. You're starting shit. I've been getting at MJ. I didn't invite MJ to my party because of you, and you have a whole lot to do with this. And then Allie was like, no, she wasn't talking about you. I was like, nah, calm down, Sarah. Sarah wants that ass. I don't know if you can take that ass, but And so they're talking, Sarah is talking about, Destiney, and Destiny's right there in the back, and, and Sherman gave Destiney the heads up that, hey, listen, here she comes. And so Mike done got, Mike done put the ladies together. He got his girlfriend in the picture. Sarah's there. You have Shervin. You have, Nema. And then you have, Destiney, and then who else is gonna come through? Allie's gonna come through, baby. And then MJ's gonna come through. Seats, they're gonna play musical seats. But Mike knew that this is gonna be a pivot moment. The camera's gonna be on this moment. It's gonna hit. Mike is doing his thing. He knows the shit now. He's in charge of the girls. He's in charge of the guys and the girls, baby. So Mike is sitting there doing his thing, baby. And so, Destiney is lost for words. She knew the shit was going to happen. So she came to the party. She probably knew that she was going to be confronted. She didn't know Allie was going to be there. But you know what? She got to face the shit heads up. And so she let them know that she did know, and she's being confronted by Nema. Nema basically said, like, it shit ain't adding up. And so it's Shervin. Shervin's like, this shit ain't adding up, that you rehearsed this stuff and everything else like that. And so basically MJ said, every time you said my name to, Rez Reza basically said, MJ this, MJ that. MJ knew. MJ, all you did was add gasoline to make him mad and more upset and more and more fierce and more fury going on. And so basically now MJ was like, I don't need Allie to do anything for me, and I didn't say shit to you because MJ didn't say shit to Destiney about anything. She only talked to Allie. Allie told her what he was gonna do, and then she kept it moving, and she didn't say nothing to Reza, which was wrong. So Destiney, as basically, she either added in MJ or Allie told her. Allie didn't confirm or deny if MJ no, MJ didn't know like that, like she was in the planning of it. But why did Destiney want to throw MJ under the bus when she didn't confirm or know anything that MJ was doing? Only thing that she knew was what was Allie telling her, and Allie said MJ knew. And yes, MJ did know. MJ knew about the text messages. MJ knew that he wanted to talk to, Reza, but MJ didn't know about the other things. So Destiney's not completely wrong because she did know, but it wasn't like she was actively involved in trying to come after Reza. She just left it alone. She let Allie do what he was going to do with the situation. But you could say that she knew. You can say that she was a part of it. You can say Destiney is not lying, but Destiny's lying about the part that she's a victim and she was used and she was a puppet, because if she didn't want to be used or be a puppet, or she's saying anything, she didn't get no confirmation from MJ. She only got what Allie said, and that's it. And she ran with it. She ran offhand, half-cocked, thinking that MJ set up the whole thing, and Allie said no, she didn't. But MJ's a vet on the show. She's been on the show forever, so she knows how to set a scene up. But Allie said basically he felt like he was being harassed. So basically, to me, they all guilty. And Reza has a right to be upset, and Reza has a right to be mad too as well. For real, for real. She knew. She didn't say shit about it. She knew that they were coming. She knew that they were coming for, her best friend of 30 years. And she didn't give him a heads up, and she didn't say anything to him about it. She just kept it moving. And whether she orchestrated it, I don't know if she did. I just think she got the info and she couldn't wait for it to happen. But she was going to keep her mouth closed, and she wasn't going to bring it to the group. She was going to let them do what they do. Let them create their moment. And that's the part that she's guilty of, that she didn't tell Reza. She didn't have to, because you're talking about sexual harassment and shit like that. Okay, I'm going to let you handle that. So, Reza, he gets kind of an apology from MJ, and him and, Gigi basically saying that she didn't really say that she was sorry. So we got that situation. And basically Reza does not want to be there with Gigi. He would like to be anywhere else but with Gigi at this time and point. But he's there because he wants to be at the party. He said he wanted to be at the party. He wanted to be at MJ's, mother's retirement party. He wanted to be a part of that, or whatever the case may be. And then we have Gigi. She has her situation. She might have to get her fallopian tubes moved, but if she does get them moved, if she still has, if she still has a vagina, she's okay. And not that she's okay, but she can still have a baby through IVF or whatever. But, the possibilities get harder and harder. So she's hoping that she doesn't have her fallopian tubes moved or anything else like that. So we wish MJ the best of luck, that she doesn't have her fallopian tubes removed or anything else like that, and hopefully she can go through IVF and have a baby too as well, because she can still carry. But it is what it is. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation.